Good morning and welcome to Wildlifecam, here on location at Balcary. So behind us we've got Heston Island, and Keith, you'll set me, you'll keep me right.
We've got Amherst Point off to this side, and right across the Solway Firth on the other side we have the English coast and the Cumbrian hills. But just as we were setting up there, we didn't even have the thermals out of the bag, and guess what? We had a dolphin jump right behind us. There was a bit of frantic scurrying. We may or may not have filmed something. We'll only know that when we get back to the office and look at the footage. So lesson learned, get everything ready before you even leave the vehicle.
Yeah, every day's a school day, as I say.
Yeah, so what have we got with us today then, Cowan?
Today we've got, this is a new little Pulsar handheld thermal unit. It's called the Axion XQ19. The 19 means 19mm lens. It's a 384 sensor, so it's a good quality sensor, and it'll give you a man-sized detection range of about 750 metres. So it does depend on atmospherics. That you might actually get, and you might actually exceed that number, or it might be less depending. But one thing to be very sure about it is the distance is at a man-sized object, and that's one thing always to remember. But we're going to put this through its paces today, and we'll see what we can find out here along the coast.
Yeah. Can I just have a quick, I had this one out on test the other night there, and I've got a wee plate on the front here which I would use to put it on the monopod. Just helps me get steadier footage. But like all the other thermals, they all have different colour palettes inside them. They can all have inbuilt recording, and they've all got zoom on them as well. And this one will be weather sealed?
Yes, it is.
Weather sealed, and it has a rechargeable battery in the bottom as well. So it's a nice wee device. The only thing that I did struggle slightly with was that it's got a small diopter at this end, and I was struggling a wee bit with my glasses. I had them on, I had them off, but I think if I took my hat off and got it up, it's a bit easier to use. So all in all, but very good quality and quite a close focus I noticed as well on it. I was focusing on, had my dog with me the other night there, and she was only like 5-6 feet away, and you could see her quite clearly through the thermal.
And it fits nicely in your pocket as well.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
It's one of these kind that theoretically you should never be without, because it is so small, so light, that you would have it in your pocket and it would just be second nature to take it with you. Whether you're just looking for wildlife, whether you're a wildlife photographer, these are great for finding birds in woodlands during the day, particularly at nesting time. It saves doing a lot of disturbance. And yeah, people think you can only use them at night, but trust me, I use them a lot during the day as well. And something like that would always be in the camera bag or in my pocket. To
be fair, when I'm out with a thermal, it's mainly during the day. It's amazing what you can see hiding in plain sight. You know, scanning a field, you'll see all sorts of animals that you just wouldn't see at all with the naked eye. So so let's put it through its paces and see what we can find.
Yep. So we'll head off and we'll do some more footage as we're going around, and just show you some more of Dumfries Galloway as we do this. This is where we're based. We live in Castle Douglas. Wildlifecam's office is in Dumfries now. They've recently moved, but it's still part of Dumfries Galloway, where I'm born and bred, don't know anything else. So I can tell you a bit more about what we're seeing round about us.
And for me, it's actually a new place to visit. I've been here for 25 years, and I always knew Balcary, but I'd never ventured beyond the hotel. And I was astounded a few weeks ago at just how beautiful this area is, and it's well worth a visit if you're in this area. Yeah, as a ranger we used to do a lot of guided walks around here, so I know this place pretty intimately, and it's a well-known fishing mark as well. Just over the point just to my left here, there's a bit where a lot of the fishing used to be big cod caught years ago. So anyway, we'll head off now and we'll do a wee bit more filming as we go. Right, okay, after you. Keith and I have just been around the coast here at Balcary to see what we can see. We've seen some gulls, we've seen a red-throated diver, which is really interesting to see. We were able to follow in the thermal, and but unfortunately we didn't get a chance to see the dolphin again. That was quite a rare sight to see that. But what I would like to do now is focus a little bit more on the product that we're using today, and that's this little Pulsar thermal monocular called an Axion XQ19. The 19 denotes the size of the lens, the diameter of the lens. It has an aforementioned 750 metre detection range, but I would like to explain what that means exactly, because man-sized detection range is what these manufacturers use. Now, we're not looking at man-sized objects, we're looking at birds, could be looking at rodents, you could be looking at anything that might not be the size of a human. So automatically that does have a bearing on the detection range itself. Something smaller, you won't see out to that particular range. And the other thing you've got to consider is that birds, for example, certain animals have better insulation. The heat signature may be that little bit weaker. Although with a bird, for example, if you're looking at a swan or a goose, you'll pick out the neck, but you won't pick out the body as easily because it's more insulated. It's only when they flap their wings that you actually start to see the full shape of them underneath, because that's when it's less insulated. So these are little things to bear in mind when you're using a thermal and when you're looking at detection ranges and you're trying to determine what kind of product would suit your needs best. But there are more things you can go into in detail on the technical side. But with this little device itself, being an entry-level device, it has a different colour palette, so you have numerous different colour outputs to suit your needs depending on what your application is. You have a built-in stadiometric rangefinder. It's not like a normal rangefinder that uses a laser, but it basically uses a certain mathematical value of a particular size of animal. It has a selection of 3 different sizes of animals, and then you basically put a line top and bottom of your subject, and it works out an approximate range of what you're looking at. These devices, like all of them now, they all record, so all your footage can be recorded, and crucially also record sound, which is quite good as well, because they didn't always used to. So yeah, it's a very good piece of equipment. Pulsar is a very well-known brand. It's a brand that's been around, been very established for many, many years, and has been one of the market leaders for this kind of equipment. And since the inception of thermal imaging equipment, 15, 20 years ago, which was, it became commercially available 10, 15 years ago, they've become a lot smaller in size, a lot cheaper as well, and a lot more capable. So it's all in all been a very, very worthwhile piece of kit to have with us today. Well, Keith and I are going to head back to the car now. But on the way back, Keith will tell me a bit more about the area, seeing as this has only been my second visit to this spot. So right, we'll gather our equipment and let's get back.
So Cowan, as we're heading back, this is the old lifeboat station. It's now a private dwelling, but you can see there's the old slipway down at the edge where they used to launch the boat called the David Hay, but they moved the lifeboat station from here to Kirkcudbright, so it was no longer in use and was lying derelict. So it's now a house, and if I just pan round, you can just see Heston Island in the top left-hand corner there. Yeah, this is the hotel, so we just go over here a wee bit, and just behind me there you'll see the Balcary Bay Hotel, which was built in the 1700s as a front for smuggling. It was built by the Isle of Man Trading Company, and there used to be the cave where they used to put the contraband in. Years ago it was a public bar, but it's now quite a nice fancy hotel now, and I think this is as good a place as any to finish the video. So until the next time, thanks for watching.